Good life, easy, baby. We're back
Again.
with Fight Night.
Let's go.
Good Life Easy presents the Fight Night.
All I'm saying is that I'm happy that we are actually discussing real fights.
Real fights.
You know, it's time to discuss some real fights. It's been a minute.
True.
What do you think? Show me some blood.
True that.
Show me some blood. You
We're
know?
not in the entertainment business.
No more, bro. I don't
for
want to
this
talk about.
week.
I don't want to talk about fights going the distance and all. I want to see knockouts. You know?
True that. And we are going to see some knockouts this week. And,
Another stacked card.
And another week, another stacked card. UFC is back
Again.
with one of the best cards of the year.
Absolutely.
Outdoing themselves from
Absolutely.
the Masvidal card. So it's going to be a good Sunday morning. What's your ritual, bro? How do you watch fights? Because it's
So
early.
basically, depends on my Saturday.
Okay.
So if Saturday is hard, then I'm watching the fight in bed.
No shit.
You know, but if I've woken up, then I make a nice cup of coffee.
Yeah.
I sit down.
Yeah.
You know, I watch the fight on my iPad.
Yeah, same.
Relax, bro. Sometimes I just watch it in bed, and sometimes I nap between fights.
When
Do you nap between fights?
If the undercard is boring?
Yeah, like
for sure.
If cards are boring, bro, I pass out.
For sure. If the card is exciting and I'm like super eager to watch all the fights, I make a, that hot tumbler of coffee.
Of course.
Which keeps the coffee hot.
Of course.
I
Sip
make-
and chill.
I make the whole thing, like a big
Perfect.
tumbler,
Perfect.
which will last me like 3 fights.
And by the end of the fight,
Little sips.
fucking, you're like charged
Charge, bro.
up.
Training
Huh?
karna hai,
You're
bhagne
like, oh
jana
shit,
hai, bro."
knockout. Oh shit, knockout. You know?
Yeah, so UFC 263, 2 title fights. Main
Yes.
card is obviously Stylebender, Israel Adesanya versus
man's
Marvin Vittori.
The man's back.
It's the rematch. Second fight, which is also a title fight, is Davison Figueiredo versus Brandon Moreno.
One of the best.
Another rematch.
Yes.
The fight of the year. They say the best fight in the flyweight division ever. Their last
Facts.
fight.
Big facts.
And then another big fight, the comeback of Mr. Nate Diaz
My
against Leon
God. Talk
Edwards.
about a stacked card, huh?
Stack card. And the Nate Diaz fight is 5 rounds, huh?
5 rounds.
Not
First
3
time
rounds.
ever, non-title
Yeah.
bout that's
Yeah.
going 5 rounds.
Yeah.
And of course, makes sense because it's Nate Diaz.
Yeah. So let's start with the Nate Diaz
Yeah,
fight.
why not?
Come on.
So, very exciting. It's good to see Nate Diaz back, of course. After his last fight with Masvidal, I think he's fought like 4 times in the past 5 years, if I'm not mistaken. Good to see him back. And of course, it's going to be crazy because the audience that he pulls, I think he has a cult, bro.
Definitely.
You know, there's a Nate Diaz cult that exists, that people just go crazy.
Definitely.
And good to see him back. Of course, what I want to discuss with you is that what Dana White has said is that the winner of this bout is going to fight the winner of Colby and Kamaru Usman.
Yeah.
So that's what's going to be very exciting.
Yeah.
And
High stakes.
High stakes. So, of course, talking about Leon Edwards, the man's proven himself.
Definitely.
He's a fighter. He's a beast. He's an animal.
How, 9 win streak?
9 win streak. And I think out of his last 4 fights, 4-5 fights, 3 have gone the distance. So he's a distance fighter, same like Nate Diaz. So it makes a lot of sense that they've announced this to be a 5-round bout.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, a lot is at stake for both the fighters because Nate Diaz is approaching the end of his career.
Definitely.
And I would say that this is his last chance to ever get a title.
Oh, for sure. His last run
Yeah.
at the title.
And for Leon Edwards, is basically a guy who's always been put down and written off. And nobody wants to fight him, unfortunately.
Masvidal did not want to fight
Yeah.
him. Colby did not want
Yeah.
to fight him.
You know.
Kamaru also was not too keen.
So I think this is his chance to prove that he's a real deal. It's very similar to Islam.
Definitely.
Like nobody wants to fight the dude.
Yeah.
But once he gets a good fight
Yeah.
and once he proves himself, bro,
Yeah.
you got to do.
And you rightly said that Nate Diaz has like a cult following because I was seeing the press conference and it was crazy because it was a good press conference after a long time because Vittori and Izzy were going at each other.
And there was no love there, bro.
There was no love there. They were going at each other. It was like, like some personal stuff.
True.
That Vittori was taking things too personally.
Too personal, yeah.
It was too exciting.
Yeah.
And but the best part about the press conference is they're asking questions. The whole crowd is cheering because Nate Diaz goes under the table. Bro, he takes 25 seconds, takes like 2-3 drags. The whole crowd is cheering for 25 seconds. He's lighting it up, taking 2-3 drags, then comes up. You know,
And
nobody
then-
cares about the
shit.
answer that Izzy's about to
Shit.
answer.
Everyone's just looking at
Yeah.
the man, bro.
Everyone's just
My
on
God.
Nate Diaz.
Talk about pulling
Pulling numbers
crowds,
and
bro.
what?
Numbers.
Bro, every journalist must have asked him a question.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
they only asked questions to Izzy, Nate Diaz, and
Yeah.
Brandon Moreno.
Yeah. Bro,
But Nate Diaz was giving one-word answers.
he doesn't give a fuck.
He doesn't,
Give a fuck. And that's what sells, bro.
True
People
that.
know that Nate Diaz is a guy that doesn't talk much,
He's come
but he
to
does
scrap.
get into people's head.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, he fucked up Conor McGregor. You know, like, who would have thought that somebody could stand up to Conor McGregor?
Not the first time, yeah, for
you know?
sure.
So he got into Conor McGregor's head, and we saw it in the fight too.
Definitely. So yeah, it's good to see Nate Diaz come back. It's exciting to see what's gonna happen because it's, as you said, 4 fights in
Yeah,
4
5 years.
5 years. That's too less, you know.
Yeah.
So, and we know now that ring rust is real. You know, it's been
Absolutely.
proven time and time again.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I'm definitely excited for that. Nate Diaz is known to be high strike count fighter, so
Yep.
he throws a lot of strikes.
Yeah.
Doesn't put full power behind them,
Yeah.
you know, but he can take people to the deep waters. His cardio is unbelievable.
And a granite of a chin.
Granite chin, you know, and he really comes to scrap. So
Man's always bleeding. Bro.
so regardless of his win or loss, it's going to be an exciting bout.
Correct. No, it's just good to see a legend back in the game, you know.
Definitely a legend.
Entertaining us.
Definitely a legend.
Because there are only a few fights left for Nate Diaz.
Yeah.
So,
So it's definitely going to be an entertaining one. Then we are moving on to the first championship bout, which is a flyweight championship bout. Davidson Figueiredo, known to be one of the strongest flyweights ever.
Yep.
Okay, the hardest punching flyweight ever. Okay, versus Brandon Moreno, who was a heavy underdog in his last fight.
Heavy underdog.
Heavy underdog. I saw the fight live, and trust me, bro, it was one of the best ever.
For sure.
5 rounds
For
of
sure.
both of them going at each other. Everyone getting it and giving it back.
Like they were just in the middle of the ring, just at it. You know,
Bro,
it was a striking
I'm
bout.
telling you, when you saw the fight, you must have thought like, oh my god, it's about to end like at least 6 times.
For
at
sure.
least 6 times.
For
You're like,
sure.
oh my god.
No, I thought that there's permanent head damage for these guys after
and
this bout.
I've seen Figueiredo's fights and beautiful fighter because technical, great striking,
Absolutely.
great BJJ,
And what a story.
great story.
What a story.
And also backed with power. In flyweight, you don't see knockouts, you don't see KOs.
This
right?
guy's a killer.
Yeah. Did you know that Dana White wanted to remove flyweight division?
Yeah.
He was absolutely keen
Against.
to remove the flyweight division.
But then
The
this
only
guy
one-
came through, right?
The only one keeping it alive was Mighty Mouse.
Yeah, Mighty
then
Mouse.
Cejudo,
Then the trade.
you know, then Cejudo, and then
Figueiredo.
If Figueiredo was not there, it was about to go.
But on the other hand, what do you think of Brandon Moreno?
Brandon Moreno, crazy chin, unbelievable chin, very traditional orthodox style of fighting. Knows how to throw kicks at the right time too.
True.
You know, so he is. He uses everything. You know,
Absolutely.
I don't know his ground game, but his striking was really good, very clean, very proficient. Good head movement, but regardless of that, he got hit a lot of times.
Absolutely.
But he gave it back.
Yeah.
But again, the granite chin, Rahul. The granite
You know,
chin.
So, you know, when I was watching the highlights of Figueiredo and Moreno, I realized one thing, right? Like, I know Figueiredo's fucking defended his belt quite a few times.
Yeah.
But the man, if you see that fight again, right? He can't fight under pressure. You see,
Yeah.
whenever Moreno charged at him,
I saw that too.
you know, whenever Moreno charged at him, whenever Moreno kept the pressure,
Yeah.
bro, he was stalling.
Yeah, I definitely noticed.
You know,
that.
so how I see this fight panning out is basically Moreno's just going to go for the kill.
Yeah.
Like, he's going to charge at him.
Moreno has become a superstar overnight.
And what a personality,
Bro,
man.
who was Moreno? I don't think I never saw a Moreno fight ever. I didn't know who he was until this fight. And overnight after that fight, he's become a celebrity.
Correct.
He even asked, someone asked him in the press conference that, what do you think, you know, if you win this fight, what's going to happen? You're going to be the first Mexican
Fighter ever to hold a belt.
Yeah, a born and raised Mexican.
Yeah. Because Cain Velasquez, of course, born in America but with descents in Mexico.
So he's like, what do you think is going to happen? So then Brandon Moreno looked at Dana White and asked him, Dana, you think I can be a superstar? Dana went up to him, took his mic and said, if you win this fight, you're going to be the biggest thing in Mexico.
Bro, 100%. and just imagine the fucking numbers coming out of Mexico.
Yeah.
You know?
Another thing I saw in the press conference is that Davidson Figueiredo was the favorite in the fight as per the odds, but also a fan favorite. But in this press
No.
conference,
It's changed.
in this press conference, it totally changed.
It changed. You know
Brandon
why?
Moreno was the fan favorite, and I was shocked, Raul.
You know why? Because again, remember I keep telling you, bro, this is the era of the good guy.
Yeah.
You know, this guy just comes across as a very sweet fellow.
Sweet fellow, bro.
Basically, he's on the ESPN panel, right? The Spanish ESPN panel.
He'd come with the black eye.
The black eye, and also he's anyways a TV personality.
Yeah.
Because he's on the panel, and even if you saw the face off, he didn't react because Figueiredo has taken it very personal. Why?
Pushed him.
Yeah, because Moreno apparently said that this guy was lying about his injury before the first bout.
Personal, bro. This again, even this, they made it personal.
Very
I loved
personal,
it.
you know.
I loved it.
And this shit's real personal, you know.
Yeah.
This is not like one of the, you know.
I loved it, bro. I loved it. I loved it that Figueiredo got upset because Brandon Moreno said that Figueiredo was 100% in the fight.
Yeah.
And Figueiredo said that I fought my last fight at a 30%.
Imagine.
Apparently, he had some severe injuries and some severe aches and whatnot.
I'm just happy that there's a second fight happening.
After seeing that fight, oh my god.
Correct.
I'm telling you, the pay-per-views for this is going to be off the chain.
Yeah. Are you saying 1 mil plus?
I think 1 mil it'll touch.
1 mil plus?
Yeah, 1 mil it'll touch. Definitely.
Because
of this
a lot
also,
of
you know,
crowd pullers. You got a lot of crowd pullers, man. And you got Nate Diaz.
And
man.
good fights. Not only crowd pullers, but good fights.
Good fights, yeah.
You know?
Yeah. One after one, bro.
So they've been matching these guys up very well. And then another rematch, you know, to the main event now. Stylebender, Israel Adesanya versus Marvin Vettori. Last time they fought a 3-round bout. Vittori strongly feels that he won the bout.
So he definitely won the third round, according to me.
It was a split decision, so it was very close.
Very
bro.
close, very close.
So,
but bro, he got outclassed.
But you know what happens then? A split decision is like, if you're the fighter, you're going to take your own side.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
absolutely.
It's like what Izzy said, that he's like, I'm inspired by Kamaru. I want to shut everybody up.
Correct.
You know, so I've
Let's
taken
go out
I was
and
not
fight,
too motivated for this guy.
Yeah.
I was not too interested. But after what Kamaru did to Masvidal, I want to do this to
Absolutely.
him.
The Nigerian nightmare, bro. So the Nigerian brothers are out and about. Huh?
Out and about, bro. Out and about. But it was amazing to see Vittori fucking steaming. He was
He's really
steaming.
angry. He's really angry.
He was pissed off. He took it personally. He was just ranting. Half the things he was saying I couldn't understand also. It was too funny to see. But I understood that he's come to give us 100%. But Izzy is at another level when it comes to trash talking, bro.
Absolutely.
Izzy is too smooth with it.
But you know, talking about Izzy's comeback, of course, you know, like how I feel is that whole mystique and that aura of Izzy, of course, has subsided because now
he's
you
become
know
a human again.
Yeah, now you know that the guy is beatable, Deva.
He's a human now.
You know the guy can be beat.
Yeah.
And of course, only real G's can fucking go up and fight. You know, so all due respect to one of my fucking favorite fighters in the UFC, Izzy.
Mine too.
And on the other hand, Marvin Vettori has proven himself because no loss after his first fight with
five in streak.
Yeah, five in streak, and only he's lost 1 round.
Yeah.
In his last 5 fights, so he's dominated. He's proven himself, and he deserves this bout.
Yeah. Not to take anything away from Vittori, but Vittori is an all-round fighter. Good
Great
wrestling.
fighter.
Yeah, good wrestling, good stand-up. You know, maintains distance very well and knows how to go on a flurry and attack also.
Absolutely. And if you see his fight with Kevin Holland, right? Kevin Holland his striking is great.
Yeah.
And he was getting some good shots in with Vittori. But Kevin Holland compared to Izzy, levels to this shit. So the striking that Izzy is going to bring in this fight is very different.
You know what I predict? I predict that after the last fight, I think from the first round, after the second minute, he's going to go for the takedowns.
Absolutely.
Again and again and again. And I think he should, even if he fails 3 times, he should keep going for the takedown.
Keep going.
Because he should keep Izzy second guessing.
Absolutely.
The reason why Jan won the fight is because Izzy second guessed after the first takedown.
Yes.
After the first takedown, Izzy is like, okay, I gotta be a little careful, and that fucked up his rhythm.
Correct.
You know,
because he couldn't do the feints. Izzy's whole fucking fight game is based on feints.
Yeah.
All the guy does is feints and throws.
Yeah.
You know, and on the other hand, what I feel, so I was watching this one video on YouTube where there was this jiu-jitsu coach, I forgot his name, and he was going at Izzy. He's like, when Jan took down Izzy, And when you see the fight, he said it on camera. He's like, Izzy didn't do anything.
Yeah.
He didn't even try because I don't think he knew what to do. Of course, like I don't think that's true.
No, I don't
but
think that's true.
but you can see the weaknesses.
Yeah, I don't think that's true.
There are a bit flaws.
Yeah.
In the game.
When it comes to a BJJ perspective, you have to consider that in BJJ, when you want to come out of guard, okay, you don't have to worry about somebody just giving you an elbow, just giving you a hammer fist, right?
Absolutely.
So when you're coming out of guard in an MMA fight, you have to be a little more precautious, so you don't make these stupid mistakes. Because one stupid mistake, you show your face a little
You're
bit,
gone.
or you remove the wrist control.
You're gone.
You know, one shot and you're gone.
Yeah.
And what's the referee going to do? He's going to wait for 1-2 more shots, and he's going to shut the fight down.
But you definitely saw the power in Yan compared to Izzy, of course, with the massive weight difference.
No. Not only weight difference, but Yan is powerful.
That guy's like a bear.
Yeah.
So this is exactly how I also see this fight panning out. But I just hope Izzy has worked on his wrestling game, on his BJJ game, like they've shown in Embedded, that he's traveled with his wrestling coach now for this fight, and he's heavily focusing on it.
Yeah.
And of course, Marvin Vittori is a great wrestler.
Yeah.
You know, and that's one of his plus points.
Yeah. The only reason Izzy was taken down in the last fight and not his other previous fights. But 1 second. Let's not forget that in the Marvin Vittori fight with Izzy, Izzy was taken down 3 times.
Yeah.
Against Marvin Vittori. And after
that
Marvin,
was his game plan.
And after Marvin Vittori, Izzy was not taken down until Yan.
Correct. Who has he fought? He's not fought a
So the
fucking wrestler.
only guy taken him down other than Yan
Correct.
is Marvin Vittori.
Correct. So how I mean, to be honest with you, I think Izzy might just catch him with just a roundhouse or something that he did to Paulo Costa.
No, the thing is, Izzy's striking is so good that he knows how to maintain distance, cover the angles so well that takedowns become more difficult. You know, he knows it because his timing for the knee and all is impeccable. You go for the takedown, he'll give you a knee.
Correct.
You know?
And he's just got long limbs. He's fucking kickboxer.
He's got long limbs, good timing. He knows when a person is going to shoot for the takedown.
Yeah.
So that's why he's kept those guys away. But now, as you said, when with a loss, people realize that he's just human. He's just another guy with hands and legs come to scrap.
Why? See, it's very unfortunate, but that's the fight game. You know,
That's the fight.
What is the pinnacle in the fight game?
Yeah.
If you're undefeated, you're on the fucking top. It's the same thing that Mayweather's doing. Why is he pulled in fucking 100 million for a fight with a YouTuber? Why? Because he's undefeated. Why is Habib already cemented as one of the GOATs? Because he's undefeated.
Undisputed.
Undisputed, undefeated. And still.
So yeah. So let's get into the predictions now. So UFC 263 predictions.
Let's go.
Nate Diaz, Leon Edwards. Which round? What kind of knockout, submission? What do you predict, Rahul?
Ring rust is real.
Okay.
But again, it's Nate Diaz, a real scrapper. You know, I look at him as like a street brawler. So, but on the other hand, we got Leon Edwards, you know, on the rise.
Yeah.
Wants that title fight with our man Kamaru. Hungry. To be honest with you, my heart says Nate Diaz because he's a legend. But statistically and strategically, I have to go for Leon Edwards.
Boom.
You know, I'm going for Leon. I'm going for Leon distance, bro.
Okay.
Because both these guys have like crazy stamina and they've always gone the distance.
Definitely. Again, what you said is exactly my feeling. My heart says Nate Diaz, but the analytic side of my mind says Leon Edwards because it's his time.
Yeah,
He's
it's
in
his time.
prime. He's coming up with a 9-win streak.
Yeah.
And Nate Diaz is coming from bad losses.
Bad losses, man. And
So I don't know which side to take. I think Leon Edwards is going to win. But I want Nate Diaz to win.
Dude, I would love to see Nate Diaz fight for the title again.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So I'm thinking I'm going with Nate Diaz.
Oh, you're going with Nate Diaz?
Yeah.
My God, bro.
I think Leon is going to win, but I'm going with Nate Diaz because I want him to win. You know.
No, don't. Give me an actual prediction.
No, I'm telling you.
Okay, Nate Diaz, what? Distance, knockout?
Nate Diaz, 4th round submission.
Submission. Oh, nice. That's very much possible.
Yeah, 4th round.
You know, because once the fatigue wears in, it's possible.
I'm going for a 4th round submission with Nate Diaz. Unlikely, but I hope it happens. Then going into one of the most exciting fights of the night.
For
Brendan
sure.
Moreno.
My fight of the night.
Yeah, and Davison Figueiredo. Hit me.
I'm going with my guy, you know, the good guy.
The good guy?
The era of the good guy. I'm going with
Alright.
Moreno. And I'm going with Moreno knockout second round because he's going to go in, brother.
All right.
He's going to go in. You know, it's a new era.
Alright.
It's a new era. I love Figgy.
Yeah.
I love his story. You know, ex-sushi chef, bricklayer. What else?
Hairdresser.
Hairdresser. I mean, like, come on. What is going on here? So I'm going with Moreno second round knockout.
I'm going with Figueiredo. I feel that last fight Moreno fought exceptionally well, but I think Figueiredo is a better fighter. I think on the right day, you know, Figueiredo is a much better fighter, much better overall fighter. You know, on the ground,
I agree.
striking, and when it comes to power,
Yeah.
definitely he
Yeah.
has the power.
Yeah.
So I'm going with Figueiredo. Second round knockout.
Knockout. Fuck.
Yeah.
Fair enough. So we've gone like completely opposite for both these
Yeah.
fucking fights. But I hope.
No, the first fight actually I'm on your side only.
No, fuck you.
But I'm just going.
No,
okay,
you have said it.
Support.
You have said it, bro.
Support both sides, huh, bro?
You know.
Splitting the odds.
I mean, yeah, but to be honest with you, even I'm on Nate's side, but
Yeah.
I have to go for Leon because I would love to see a Leon Edwards and Kamaru fight.
It's a good fight.
It's a good fight.
To the main event.
The main event, huh?
Israel Adesanya versus Marvin Vettori.
So I'll tell you something about my Izzy predictions, right? I predicted Paulo Costa when he was fighting Izzy. Izzy whooped his ass. I predicted Izzy when he was fighting Jan.
Don't do that. See,
And
listen.
Jan got Izzy. So like, I'm
let's
just
keep
trying to
superstition
understand,
away.
brother.
Let's
No,
keep
bro,
the
my
superstition
predictions,
away.
I take it very seriously.
Yeah,
I
take your
my
prediction
predictions
seriously, but don't keep the superstitions.
I'm,
if I select this side, I want that to win and all.
So this,
Just give your prediction.
you know what, bro?
No, just give your honest prediction. Don't fuck around.
Shit.
I don't want
want to say this,
superstition.
man. But
Yeah.
I'm going Marvin Vettori, the distance.
What?
Yes.
You're a liar.
I'm not. I'm
You're a
telling you.
liar.
Because I'm telling you, we've seen flaws in Izzy's game. Izzy's my fucking favorite fighter in the UFC, brother.
I can vouch, you know,
I'm not.
that he's a liar.
I'm not lying.
Izzy is his favorite fighter. There is no way you think that Izzy's gonna lose. I
No,
know
no.
it for a fact.
I'm
You're just
telling
saying
you.
it. You're just saying it because of some superstition that's come in your mind
No,
about
no,
your
no,
own
no,
predictions. The last time you predicted Acosta and Izzy won,
See,
and the last time you predicted
bro,
Izzy and someone
what-
else won.
I'll take it back. I'll take it back to what Devang just said a few minutes back. The only wrestler that Izzy fought before Jan was Marvin Vettori.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, Marvin Vettori is too powerful. He's too big. He has too much power. So I'm just trying to understand
But
that.
Yoel
once-
Romero was a wrestler, bro. Olympian.
Yeah, but he didn't go. We saw how that fight panned out. That was one of the most whack fights I've ever seen, you know. And imagine if Yoel went hard.
Yeah.
What a fight.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm trying to understand that has Izzy worked on his ground game?
Yeah.
So I'm going. I'm strategically thinking, and I'm going
I think
for
you're
Marvin.
absolutely lying. But okay.
I'm going Marvin Vettori.
Okay. Liar. Fine.
Yeah.
I know you're going for Izzy.
See,
but
bro, we'll see now. Second round, we'll see what happens. You know, my predictions are on point.
I'm going Izzy, third round, TKO.
Oh shit. Oh
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah. But I'll tell you what's going to happen in the fight. Marvin Vettori's, after the second minute, he's going to start taking him down. Marvin Vettori should consistently go for the takedowns even if they are failed.
Exactly.
That's the only way he'll win the
Exactly.
fight. Because judges love takedowns. You know,
You're dominating.
4 minutes of the round you're striking and the other guy is better. You in the last minute you do 1 or 2 takedowns. The round
It's
is
done.
yours.
It's yours.
Yeah.
So that's what's going to happen. I feel like it's going to be eventually. It's going to be a very boring fight.
Yeah, but Izzy has fought wrestlers, and the thing is, when he has fought wrestlers, the wrestlers have not attempted the takedowns with him because they were scared of Izzy's reaction
Or
and
his
his
knee,
striking.
or anything, any counter,
Yeah.
because the guy is a counter fighter.
But the only person other than Jan is Vettori who's taken him
man,
down.
yeah. And,
So exciting to see.
And to be honest with you, he's going to be the first champion from Italy. So he's got a lot of fucking fans and a lot of hype around him right now.
True that.
And to be honest with you, like how you just said that I'm going with Nate. You know, like even Leon Edwards is going to win. I know that Vettori might have a
But
chance.
I think you know that Izzy's going to win, but you're just saying it because you don't want him to lose. And in your mind, you think that if you predict the other guy, you think Izzy will win.
See, now it is what it is.
And I don't know
but,
why you're doing that. It's just a YouTube show.
Yeah, like
Forget your
it is what it is,
superstitions.
but
Fuck your superstitions and give your honest predictions.
Okay, I'm going Izzy.
Yeah, I know it.
I'm going Izzy, my guy.
I know it.
I'm going with the last style bender.
I know it.
Fuck Marvin Vittori.
I know it.
You know?
I know it. I know it so well. I could never believe it.
See, bro, he's my favorite
Yeah.
fighter. You know, whenever I go against him, he loses, bro.
Bro, when you said
Sorry,
Marvin
whenever I go with him, he loses.
Yeah,
bro.
I know, but when you said Marvin Vittori, I knew that it was just not your honest answer.
Bro, I'll be honest with you. I see this fight panning out the same way the Costa fight panned out, bro.
Yeah,
Just think about it. The size is the same.
Yeah.
The structure is the same.
Same.
Both are fucking animals. And then Izzy just connects with one fucking counter.
Yeah. I hope
So-
that happens. Being the devil's advocate, bro, it's the year of the underdogs.
Yes.
Anything can happen. It's been seen. Dustin Poirier, Izzy's loss,
Izzy's lost. Fucking who else?
Logan Paul not being knocked out,
Stipe
Stipe,
yeah. Miocic.
Yeah.
And of course, we can't talk about Kamaru, pound for pound number one.
Pound for pound number
you know,
one.
the Nigerian nightmare.
Yes, sir.
So yes, the belt remains in Nigeria, brother.
So we'll be back.
Let's go.
Ciao, ciao.
Final round!
And we're back. Final round. Let's go. 263 comes to an end.
Yes, sir.
Thoughts?
Lovely event, lovely fights, good Sunday morning.
Great Sunday morning.
What else to say?
Great Sunday morning.
There were two events, huh, by the way, today morning.
Yeah.
There was Battle of the
That
Platforms,
bullshit, right?
TikTokers versus
Fuck
YouTubers.
That bullshit, bro.
And then there was UFC 263.
Fuck that, bro.
Two
We got-
title defenses.
Exactly.
And a Nate
I'm happy.
Diaz.
I'm happy there was no coverage for such an event.
Yeah.
There was hardly any coverage on Instagram. Nothing.
Yeah.
You know,
UFC took over.
because the real fighters were
The real fighters.
out and about.
took the
But let's go. What do you think of the first bout?
First bout,
Nate
Nate
Diaz,
Diaz,
Leon.
Leon Edwards. Leon Edwards looked like he belonged there. He looked like he wants the title now. He was prepared. He was sharp. Very orthodox style of fighting.
Correct.
But very precise.
Correct.
Was in total control of the entire fight, I feel. Whereas Nate Diaz, in the middle of the fight, I didn't understand also what he was doing.
But that's
Walking
Nate Diaz.
backward, showing his back.
Showing his back, yeah. But that's Nate Diaz.
That's Nate Diaz. And for 4 rounds, he took a lot of beating. He took a lot of elbows. Leon Edwards closed the distance beautifully with the elbows. It was good to see that. He was bleeding from both the sides.
Some nasty cuts.
Dana White said that Nate Diaz is squirting blood from both the sides.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Because there was this one elbow when Nate Diaz was on the ground trying to get that leg lock on Leon, and Leon just elbowed him. And you could see it on camera in slow-mo that the skin just cut open. You
How
know?
was the look?
That's Nate
Diaz's
Diaz. It's not a Nate Diaz fight if he's not covered in blood.
look. But think about it. Like, did you expect that against Leon Edwards?
Yeah,
Like, I
yeah,
expected that against Masvidal.
I expected
Conor.
it. I
Yeah?
when I think of Nate Diaz, I only think of blood.
Blood.
You know, there has to be blood.
Yeah.
There has to be blood on Nate Diaz. There has to be blood on the fucking octagon. And that's exactly what happened, you know.
So you know what I feel? I feel that Nate Diaz. See, I'm not taking anything away from him. He's a warrior. He's a great fighter. But I think MMA as a sport has evolved past him.
In what way?
In the way of technicalities, in the way of people being more advanced, more athletic,
If
more
you
well-rounded.
realize Nate Diaz didn't even throw one kick.
Yeah.
Not even one kick.
And Leon Edwards looked so sharp. He looked
Correct.
so sharp. Him, Kamaru, Izzy, all these guys.
yes,
you know,
yes,
I think this is a new breed of fighters.
Absolutely.
It's they have evolved the sport along with themselves.
Correct.
I don't think Nate Diaz
Correct.
has evolved along with the time. He was a great fighter for 5 years ago.
True.
But since the last
But
5
it's a
years,
new era now.
it's a new era. Things have changed in the sport. The way you fight, how you fight, everything has changed. Your approach to the fight, it has all changed. But Nate Diaz still seems to fight the same way he did 5 years ago, and it did not help him in this fight at all.
Leon Edwards easily got all the first 4 rounds were easy for Leon Edwards.
I don't think all 5 rounds were Leon.
Like, yeah. But the 5th round was, of course, a little...
The
he got him.
The fifth
Nate-
round,
Nate
the way
Diaz-
Leon
yeah.
began the round
Yeah.
was beautiful.
No, but what Leon Edwards was trying to do is, right, in the first 4 rounds, Leon Edwards was throwing a lot of leg kicks.
Yeah.
You know, and then once he threw the leg kick, he went for the head.
Yeah.
But in
Nate Diaz's leg was finished in the first
yeah,
round.
it was finished.
Yeah.
It was rocked. That's why basically his attention was on his legs.
Yeah.
So he was scared to throw. You know, but in the 5th round, if you see, Leon Edwards didn't even throw one leg kick because he wanted to go for the knockout.
Yeah.
That's why he always went for the head.
Yeah.
But in that mistake, Nate Diaz rocked him hard.
Hard, bro.
But now I want to understand one thing is that you rocked him, but you're not going for the kill.
Yeah.
You know, I thought once Leon Edwards was rocked, he was wobbly on the
Yeah.
foot. I think it was an easy finish for Nate Diaz, but he didn't go in.
He had a minute.
He had a whole minute to go in and finish the fight.
I thought the same thing. Firstly, the way Leon was rocked by Nate was beautiful. Classic 1-2. But if you notice, the one was a slap.
Yeah, it was a slap.
was a slap
That's
and
the Stockton slap. Pop.
Yeah.
You know? With
But
the
it
hook.
was a clear slap.
Yeah.
He literally did this.
And then he went for the hook.
And he
then
went.
he rolled over.
And it was beautiful. He was absolutely rocked. Leon couldn't control his facial expressions. He was rocked
He
so
was
hard.
finished. He was finished.
And even I didn't understand why he didn't go for the kill.
Even I was like, dude, it was Nate's fight, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
If Nate went in through, but I'm guessing it was fatigue.
No, I don't think it was fatigue.
No?
No.
With Nate, you don't think fatigue.
I think
right?
it was a mistake.
Yeah.
I
I
think
think
it
I think Nate didn't think he was rocked.
I think Nate knew that he has lost the 4 rounds.
But exactly why you go in?
Yeah, so
For
that's
the
why you
finish.
better go in.
Yeah.
So regardless of rocked, not rocked, you finish the fight.
You
when
try to
have-
finish the fight, yeah. And then I thought that it was just too late. But of course, the crowd favorite, the fan favorite,
Yeah.
you know, Nate Diaz pulled through. But again, Leon Edwards now undefeated since since I think 6-7 years. His last loss came to Kamaru.
Yeah,
You know, and now his win streak is now up to 10.
yeah.
So the title shot is coming, whether you
It's
like it or
coming,
no.
yeah.
Whether the crowd wants to boo or no, it's coming.
Doesn't matter.
You
He
know.
fought very well. Dana White said that he might get the winner of Kamaru Colby.
Colby, yeah, which makes sense.
I think it's absolutely fair and it would be a good fight. Nate Diaz, if you see him in the first 3 rounds also, I understand that he's totally unorthodox. I get it. And that unorthodox style can be a problem for a few people. But I think time and time it's proven that when you know the fundamentals, when you know the basics, I think that's all you need.
True.
In the octagon and
True,
in the
true,
ring.
true.
I'm not talking about the streets. Right?
Absolutely.
Nate Diaz, you'll see him shuffle left, shuffle right, stop and go straight.
True.
Right? He was doing that couple of times. But I think Leon was very much ready for it.
He was ready. And
Nate did not show one thing that Leon was unprepared
Yeah,
for,
like-
except that last punch.
yeah. And Nate didn't come across only as a very there was no harm done to Leon. Like Leon's face was intact.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, Nate Diaz was just finished. Like I thought that
I think Leon got one cut.
one cut. But compared to Nate Diaz,
Yeah,
when
he was squirting blood.
bro.
Yeah.
That's scary.
That's scary.
Yeah, but that being said, Nate's gonna come back to fight for sure.
Let's
You
hope
know?
so. Now he should fight Masvidal. He should fight Conor McGregor.
Conor McGregor, Masvidal.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Nate Diaz and Conor McGregor can go for the trilogy. Why not?
Why
That
not?
would be a great fight. It'll sell.
Sell
It'll
out.
sell out.
Yeah.
You know?
Greatest press conference ever. Then moving on to the most exciting fight of the night.
Yo.
Brandon Moreno
Yo.
versus Figueiredo.
Shit.
Man.
Shit. What a fight.
After the first round,
What a fight.
after the first round, when I saw the way Brandon Moreno came in with that confidence, with that right attitude, he basically froze Figueiredo. Figueiredo didn't know what to do.
That's
in
exactly
that
what I said.
pressure, what we discussed that day.
I said basically I had predicted it that Moreno's going to charge.
Yeah.
You know, he's going to put Figueiredo under pressure because Figueiredo is not a pressure fighter. He crumbles. He doesn't know what to do.
Yeah.
You know?
And with all that power, all that talent, he crumbled under pressure. It was amazing to see how Moreno controlled the entire fight from start. I don't give Figueiredo
And-
one round also. And the way, with that attitude he was coming in the first round, man,
He was too quick.
I wanted Figueiredo. I predicted for Figueiredo to win. But after seeing Moreno, I was cheering for Moreno.
Moreno.
The way you are fighting right now, bro,
yeah.
you deserve
and in
it.
the first round, if you noticed, this Moreno caught Figueiredo with such a strong jab that knocked him down.
Knocked him down.
You know, knocked him down, and that's when I knew it.
What did everybody think? Everybody thought that the last fight, it was Moreno's best day and the worst day for Figueiredo because
ways,
Figueiredo was unwell. Dana White also said that he did not expect Brendan Moreno to show up like this. Figueiredo is known for his knockout power. They say that he's the strongest flyweight ever. Right? So everybody thought that every fighter has a bad day. That was a bad day for Figueiredo. Figueiredo, again, coming in intense, personal attacks.
Yeah.
I'm going to finish him in the first round.
He came in the Mission Impossible theme track. You know, that was his entrance
Moreno
song.
looked composed. He looked calm.
Well prepared, I'll tell you
Well
that.
prepared.
I'll tell
And
you
bro, what a MMA bout.
Ooh.
Kicks,
Wow,
punches,
wow,
and
wow.
then submission.
Bro, and I was just waiting for Figueiredo to go for the guillotine. Like, he tried 4-5 times, but he
Yeah.
couldn't get it.
Yeah.
And then it's just Moreno got him on his back and just choked him out. You know?
Choked him out.
Crazy,
bro.
crazy.
What a fight.
Crazy.
The next superstar.
Yeah. And well deserved.
And
well deserved.
as you said, the era of the good guy.
Yeah, the era of the good guy, the baby assassin.
Yeah.
And of
That
course,
fight I really enjoyed.
And respect to the champion, you know.
I was
Respect.
happy. I cheered for him.
And respect to Figueiredo, you know, a true champion, bro.
True champion.
Paid his respect, you know, lifted Moreno on his fucking shoulders and said, this is the champ.
Good to see.
4 months down the line, I don't know whether we want to see a trilogy. Of course, a trilogy will happen.
It will happen.
Yeah,
There's no
but
other guy.
I want to see a Moreno fight Triple C.
Triple C is
Henry
not...
Cejudo. He'll come back.
He'll come
because it's the Mexicans, na, bro.
Okay.
2 Mexican fighters, bro. Are you mad fighting for the title?
You think they will?
Yeah, of course. Just think about it.
I read somewhere that Cejudo is now not going to get tested, USADA tested. So maybe he's really retired.
Oh, okay.
Once you are out of the...
But I would love to see a Mexican versus a Mexican.
Yeah, Cejudo
You know?
would kill him.
Cejudo would kill him, bro. Cejudo would kill him.
Yeah. Cejudo is such an intelligent all-round fighter. It's amazing.
One of the best flyweights.
One of the best flyweights.
And bantamweights.
Yeah.
Double champ.
And Olympic wrestler.
And Olympic wrestler.
Gold
medalist.
medalist.
Gold medalist, yes. Damn. Well celebrated.
Well celebrated. And now to the main event.
Damn.
Israel Adesanya
Showed up and
versus
showed
Marvin
out.
Vittori. Great entrance.
Ooh.
You know, Bruce Buffer again on his A game. Nice
Shit.
tuxedo.
Shit.
And
Shit.
as expected, bro, I don't know why you were superstitious about it.
I had to be, na, bro.
There was no reason to be.
The last child bender, you know. Like, I was just scared because, to be honest with you, like I said, Israel Adesanya is human now.
He's human
because
now.
he lost.
Yeah.
You know.
But that's the beauty of MMA, that a loss is not the end of your career.
Exactly. You know, like boxing.
Yeah, in boxing, it's like literally the end of your career.
Yes,
One
yes.
loss
You're
and then
done.
you get paid half.
You're done.
Okay. Israel Adesanya, why is he known as one of the greatest strikers of all time? According to me, it's because he has control over the fight.
Always.
He frustrates the fighter. He frustrated Marvin Vittori. Marvin Vittori couldn't close the distance because he was too scared of the kicks. Okay. He went for the takedowns, which was very good. But then,
What about his grappling?
but from the second takedown onwards, Israel showed that, guys, you guys keep saying, have I worked on my wrestling? Have I worked on my grappling? Look at this.
Man, he did. He did. And he decided the tempo of the fight from the first round to the 5th round. Marvin Vittori didn't know what to do.
Didn't know
He
what
was just confused. He was delusional in his fucking corner.
Exactly.
He didn't know. Bro, if you remember like what his coach was telling Marvin Vittori, he's like, you're losing the fight, do something.
Yeah.
You know?
And
double
the same
jab,
Mike
double
Tyson
jab
coach,
cross,
bro. Yeah.
go in for the fucking takedown.
Yeah. And Marvin Vittori couldn't close the distance
No
because
ways.
Israel is so unpredictable,
No ways.
so quick, so precise, getting more shots in, being more active in the fight. As you said, determining the pace of the fight,
Yeah.
the way the fight is going to go, what side in the ring, in the center, how are we going to
Everything.
play it. I feel great fighters do that, great fighters are not the ones who knock people out. That's God-given talent, right? That power, that
Correct.
knockout power is
Correct.
God-given.
Correct.
Francis Ngannou is not the greatest striker of all
But
time.
he's just
the
given that-
scariest
yeah.
striker of all time. You
He
can
just
say.
has too much power.
He has too much power.
Yes.
He's very athletic.
Yes.
But Israel Adesanya, he knows the fight game.
Very well. Bro, 101 professional fights.
Yeah.
This was his 101st.
Exactly.
You know?
So he's the most experienced fighter
Yeah.
of all time also. But the way he controls the fight, everything in his tempo, that's beautiful to
True.
see.
True.
That's a master class.
Master. You know the scene with Israel Adesanya is that now there's nobody in the middleweight. What now again?
अपना है ना एक यार.
Bro,
Liverpool.
Darren Till. One guy he is there. But what about
Imagine, is he going to...
Bobby Knuckles, bro, Whittaker again? It's going to be a boring fight. Man's going to get knocked the fuck out.
If it's in Australia,
Okay.
it'll be
It's
exciting.
going to be in New Zealand, no?
New Zealand, yeah.
Because the first bout was in Australia.
Yeah.
So now we got Bobby Knuckles. Of course, that's going to happen next.
Yeah.
But I want to see Israel Adesanya jump up again.
Jump up
Go
again.
for it. Go for it because there's nobody in the middle weight.
I think now he again has to prove a point a little
Yes,
bit.
yes, yes,
again
yes,
come back in that flow because now one more loss, again it will be very tough on his career.
Knowing Israel Adesanya, you know what I feel like the Nigerian brothers, these three guys are going
They're
to
lucky for each other.
Yeah, they're very lucky for each other. And you know what I feel? I think next Kamaru is going to go down or go up for the double.
No, Kamaru will not go up until Izzy is there.
Yes, but he'll go down then.
Yeah.
He needs that. Kamaru Usman is
The moment
going to get two belts.
The moment Izzy loses his belt,
He's going to go for it.
Kamaru's going to go for it and get it.
He's going to get it, yes.
Because you know when you see a person like Kamaru, you know that he can get it in multiple weight classes, bro.
Just think about it. We saw Leon Edwards, who's by far the number 2 contender for the welterweight championship. Bro, I was just looking at Leon Edwards fighting and I was like, this guy can't stand up to Kamaru. Kamaru will eat this guy alive, you know. He will eat you alive. Like, Kamaru's unmatched right now.
Yeah.
The same situation goes for Izzy. Izzy's unmatched. There's nobody...
You know what's a good fight for Leon? Masvidal.
Masvidal, yeah. But now you want to go for the title, you know.
No, of course.
It's a good fight.
No, but
he deserves a shot now.
he
at the
deserves a title shot. But I feel, as you said,
Huh.
that I think Kamaru is a little two steps
above.
ahead.
It's easy. There's nobody like Marvin Vittori was outclassed, you know, and that dumb guy. Sorry to say that, but he's delusional. He's telling Izzy that I think I won. From what sense?
The
From what
adrenaline.
point of view?
Yeah, it's the adrenaline.
You know?
Yeah, it's the two
So,
takedowns
yeah.
and all they think. Yeah.
But props to Izzy, was taken down and then turned it around, got Marvin Vittori on his back.
Multiple times.
Whooped him.
Yeah.
You know, Marvin Vittori went for the leg lock, got out of it. Izzy got out of it easily. Marvin Vittori went for the guillotine. Izzy got out of it easily.
No, rear naked.
Rear naked, sorry, the rear naked choke. Got out of it.
You get out of. It's
Got out
fine.
of it easily and fucking started pounding him, ground and pound.
Yeah.
You know, crazy.
With that 80 reach.
Exactly. And then what, bro? He's fucking taunting Marvin Vittori, touching his ass and shit. That's easy.
Because he's like, dude, this is boring.
Boring, yeah. What is he doing? You know?
So I think the end goal is obviously John Jones.
John Jones, yes. Everyone's end goal right now is John Jones.
so-
That's the last level boss.
Dana White said that John Jones is not getting Ngannou right now.
Not-
It's the Derek Lewis fight.
Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe the winner of Derek Lewis
Yeah.
and
So he
Francis
said
Ngannou.
John Jones can get Derek Lewis.
Oh,
Ngannou. Yeah.
fair enough. But now I don't think John Jones will fight only this year. There's no one.
He comment I think Israel had like 5 title defenses or something. So he's come in that list of high title defenses. So, but John Jones is on 10 or 13 or
10
something.
or 10, above 10.
14 or 10. He's the highest basically.
Because he's
and
been-
GSP is number 2. He's 14 and GSP is 12.
John Jones has been defending his title since he was a kid, bro.
So then you know what he said? He said that looks like I gotta get active again. Someone's coming up the ladder. But Izzy's the last guy in that. Because he just got the 5th one.
Bro, but when John Jones returns, he's gonna shut UFC down.
The way he's training right now,
oh my god.
bro, I can tell you one thing for sure, bro. That he's a bloody athlete. He's a born and bred athlete.
Bro, aren't his parents like fucking athletes?
His parents, his brothers, everybody.
NFL.
He's training with one of the top bodybuilders and powerlifters.
Incredible.
Stan Efferding from
Incredible.
Las Vegas.
Incredible.
You know, he has a whole team of track and field.
Yes.
And then he's doing Muay Thai.
Then
and
he's fucking shooting guns.
shooting
bro.
guns and whatnot, bro.
You know? But to be honest with you, whoever says that Francis Ngannou can easily knock out John Jones, I don't think so.
No.
You know, if I have to call the prediction right now, only I would say John Jones.
John Jones.
There's no way.
Yeah.
He's just too skilled.
Yeah.
Too much experience. Love Francis Ngannou, but no.
But the thing is, look at the difference. Like Izzy, you know what Izzy wanted to do the last fight against Jan. In all the press conferences, there was one point he was trying to prove is that the weight doesn't matter when you have the skills. You know, I'm going to come in at 190. I'm going to come in at 195 for a 205
Bro,
fight.
do you remember how
and
he
this
weighed
guy's
in?
going to come in at
You
225
know how Izzy weighed in, no, for Jan?
Yeah.
With pizza.
with the pizza.
He
yeah.
went in, opened the pizza, fucking eating pizza on
Yeah.
the weighing scale.
But obviously, when you lose the fight, see, when you win the fight, you are absolutely true. The whole
can do what
rhetoric
you
will
want.
change.
Yes,
People
yes,
in the gyms will change. Kya re, kuch nahi hai, tu ja upar fight kar.
Correct.
It all
So,
changes, right?
Correct.
And the moment Izzy lost, everybody doubled down that there are weight classes for a reason, guys. It makes a difference. Jan's weight supported
Levels to the
him.
shit.
There are levels to the
Yeah.
shit, you know. And then now when I look at John Jones. From going to light heavyweight to heavyweight, and that change in the body, he's
looking
becoming
thick.
bigger vertically, horizontally.
His legs are looking bigger a little bit.
He's looking taller, he's looking broader, he's looking like a fucking GI.
He's what right now? 250 easy. Must be 250, 260.
Yeah, he's
Easy.
260.
250, 260 easy. So
He's
it's
gonna
crazy.
go up to 265.
It's crazy. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
But he's gonna be a 265 athlete. Like, you understand?
Not 265. Just put on weight and slow movements.
Not Derek Lewis.
You know, not Derek Lewis. Exactly. This guy's gonna move around like he's as good as a light heavy.
Yeah.
You know, that's the difference.
And
yes.
you know what's that reach? The reach is 86.
Oh, my
Izzy's
goodness.
reach is 80.
Shit, 86, bro. This
86.
John Jones is.
That's not a reach, that's a wingspan.
That's a wingspan, true, bro. Those are like wings. But exactly, John Jones is built only differently. He's a born fighter. He's been born to do this shit.
Yeah.
You know, like Izzy. When you see Izzy in the ring, he's like, dude, this guy deserves to be in the ring. 101 fights, bro. Respect.
Bro, he would be the biggest superstar in the world. John
Correct.
Jones would literally be the biggest superstar in the world.
Yes.
And if he didn't go through the personal problems that he did of cocaine, drugs.
That's why I feel that now time is running out. You know, even John Jones is still young.
No, he's young.
He's young, but still now you got to fucking fight, bro.
He's young.
Just shut up and take a pay cut if you have to. Don't ask for 50 million and all, at least, you know.
But he's been with the company since he was 23 or something.
Yeah.
You know, he's been the title holder since 23.
But now I want to see. That's a good one. But now I want to see my guy Borachina.
Borachina.
Yes, I want to see my boy come
Bro,
back.
Borachina is a dumbass.
He's a troll.
Bro, Borachina said that if these YouTubers are making so much money, I also want money. I have not signed the contract. Why are you announcing the fight with Cannonier?
Cannonier, yeah. But bro, you can't put Paulo Costa on a fucking fight night card.
No. Firstly, nah, bro.
You put him on a main card.
Firstly, you are with the UFC. You are one of the scariest fighters in the roster. You're comparing yourself to YouTubers, so finished.
Finished, yes.
You know?
That's why I love it. He's such a troll. He's trolling himself.
He's trolling himself, but bro, go and fight. Who wants to fight you? Go sell an audience, sell a pay-per-view.
Yeah. Fair
Let's see
enough.
how many tickets
Isn't
you
he
sell.
the number one contender yet?
No.
Of course, no? Who's there?
what?
What's the middleweight rankings?
Uh,
Is it Whittaker now?
Whittaker's number one. Whittaker's number
So it's
one.
Whittaker and then Paulo Costa number
Yeah. I think Gastelum, then Paulo Costa.
2. Oh, Gastelum?
Yeah,
Oh.
I think so.
So a good fight would actually be Paulo Costa, Gastelum to fight.
Cannonier and Paulo Costa would be a great fight, both coming out of losses. Fair fight, good matchup.
Correct. Oh, I would even, I don't mind seeing Gastelum, Paulo Costa, and then the winner fighting the winner of Izzy and Bobby Knuckles.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And now the next fight night is going to be
McGregor, yes.
McGregor, Poirier.
I think 27 days, almost 1 month to go.
Yeah, I'm
Bro, what's the
very excited.
What's the undercard for that shit?
No idea.
No idea, no?
No idea.
They've not
When
even
there's
announced it.
McGregor, you don't need anybody else.
Yeah.
You know,
But it's going to be a stacked one though.
it's going to be a
It's gonna
stacked
be a
one,
stacked one.
but you don't need it to be stacked.
No ways.
You know,
no
it's
ways,
McGregor
no ways.
alone is going to sell
No
it.
ways.
How is he going to enter? Which hotel is he going to stay? What suit is he going to wear?
Yes.
What booze is he
But
going to
I think this time we are going to see a fucking nasty McGregor.
Bro, this time we're going to see a good press conference.
We're going to see a mad one.
We're going to see a mad press conference. I feel that McGregor's hungry again. I feel McGregor wants it again.
The Karate Kid is
The
back.
thing is, he'll post like 45 stories of just his workouts of him like throwing these balls and fucking running on the treadmill and all. And I'm like, wow. With
And
your
he just
fucking
looks-
20, 30
bro,
million followers, you're posting these
fucking
kind of
hell.
videos. It's amazing.
He doesn't give a fuck.
He doesn't give a fuck.
Because for a personality like him, number one's on the
He goes
Forbes
to the
list.
UFC.
He's bigger than LeBron James, bro.
He goes to the UFC gym. You know, there's everyone training, running on the treadmill. There's one guy taking his video and he's just going on a circuit, bro.
Circuit, yeah.
You know, heavy bag, fucking, you know, then HIIT workout.
Just doing his
squat
shit,
jumps,
you know.
yeah.
McGregor fast.
McGregor
That's what his workout is called.
Yeah.
You know.
So I'm very excited to see the hungry McGregor
Notorious is back.
is back.
You know.
And we'll be back.
Let's go.
Ciao, ciao.